Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today we're going to be mastering the QBS-09 semi-automatic shotgun in Battlefield 4. Now shotguns have seen a massive change since the latest patch. Everything about them has changed pretty much. Their accuracy, their pellet count, their damage per pellet. So many things have changed about them that you pretty much want to go back and revisit shotguns if you haven't used them in a while. Now, believe it or not, the QBS-09 is the beginning shotgun, so you don't really have to do anything to unlock it. You will have it by default at the start, and I really didn't use it much in Battlefield 4. Now that the shotgun patch is out, though, it is totally worth giving a revisit. Some shotguns, like say the 870 MCS, have gotten massive pellet count increases to like 19 pellets per shot. This gives them a much more consistent spread pattern. Now the QBS-09 historically has had a very small pellet count because it can shoot quickly, and that's where it gets its main benefit from. So it did get a pellet count upgrade to 12 pellets per shot, but also the damage per pellet has gone down. So it should be doing the same amount of damage per shot, just a more consistent spread. Now let's talk a little bit about how this gun performs using buckshot, the standard ammunition, the most basic ammunition. What I would recommend running if you really don't know what kind of ammunition to run, just go with buckshot. It's a pretty solid choice. This one does 11.2 damage per pellet with 12 pellets per shot. That means you can potentially deal 134 damage maximum with each shot. That is if every single pellet connects, which is not very likely. And that means you're basically running very close to the range of not being able to kill somebody with a one-shot kill if more than just a few of your pellets miss. This is not the situation with other pump action shotguns, like for example the 870 MCS. It has 19 pellets. You can miss a lot more pellets than the QBS-09 and still get a one-shot kill. So on average, I would say I was taking 2 to 3 shots to kill my opponents. Now I was using a full choke to give myself as much range as possible, and you have to remember when you see some people dying in one-shot kills from further away with this shotgun, a lot of that is likely due to the fact that they've already been hurt a bit, making it look like I'm one-shotting people from further away. Now you can only load 6 rounds into the magazine of this weapon, and when you start factoring in things like that you need 2 to 3 shots to kill people on average with this weapon, that really does limit the amount of people you can kill before you actually start needing to reload this weapon. I think my record for killing people with just one magazine is 3 with the QBS-09, and that's pretty darn easy to do with any pump action shotgun. The 870 or the Spaz 12, I regularly get 3 kills before even needing to reload those guns because they so reliably give me a one-shot kill, and they have 8-round magazines instead of 6. Now when it comes down to it, I think my biggest gripe with this gun is that I can kill more people and I can kill them faster with a pump action shotgun because I can just line up my shots and take 1 shot per kill, reliably know that they're going to drop after that 1 shot, and not have to take a second shot and then start to sort of gauge who dropped and who didn't and move on to a next target. I just like pump actions. I can predict the combat a little bit better with them, whereas this one is really more of a spray and pray weapon. It's not bad for taking down one opponent, but when you run into multiple enemies, which I gotta say is really where most shotguns excel, it does become more difficult with the QBS-09 just because you're never sure if you're gonna take somebody down with your first shot or not. Also, because you so regularly need that follow-up shot, I prefer using a red dot sight on this, whereas I'll easily use iron sights with the Spaz 12 or 870 just because I can usually line up my shot, take that 1 shot, and move on to a different target. Tracking targets is harder to do with iron sights, and that's why I use the red dot sight. Now as for underbarrel attachment, I would either recommend the angled foregrip or the ergo grip. The angled grip basically reduces that first shot recoil, allowing me to take a secondary follow-up shot more accurately. I do most of my combat while aiming down sights. However, if you like to run and gun a lot, do a lot of hip firing, the ergo grip might be a little bit more suited for your needs. And then of course you have the option to just run without any grips on there, and that is something that I have to still test out and figure out if it's better or not to use grips on shotguns at this point, because the attachments kind of got taken for a ride in the last patch, and now they kind of mess with your aiming down sight spread decrease, and that is really more of an issue in full auto weapons. It's probably not a huge deal with shotguns overall, but I haven't done any extensive testing on it as of yet. If you are having trouble controlling the recoil on this weapon while aiming down sights though, the angled foregrip is probably going to help you out a lot. Now the fact that this gun only has a 12 shot pellet count means it's going to be even more inconsistent, because when those pellets go flying, that spread of pellets is not a set pattern. That could be a very weird, obscure pattern that you're not used to. So even if your shot looks like it's almost perfectly on target, those pellets could go in a pattern that you're not used to. And check out this guy right here. I shoot him once, shoot him twice. I turn away to engage somebody else because I'm dead sure that that is a 2-shot kill, but it was a 3-shot kill on somebody who is standing perfectly still. And that is pretty much my biggest issue with this gun right now. It's just not being able to know when it's going to be a 1-shot kill, a 2-shot kill, or a 3-shot kill. And not being able to know that reliably basically screws you up in all gun battles. Shotguns force you to get up close and personal. Generally speaking, you're going to have targets on either side of you, so you have to be very quick about switching to your next target after you get a kill. That's easy for me to do with a pump action shotgun. Once I take that shot, I'm already swiveling to engage my next target even before the kill feed comes up. And I have to know that that first shot was a kill because I need to react that quickly. And that's just how you're supposed to play with shotguns. You're at close quarters, you don't have the option to be quite as tactical as you might want to be, and that is just the gameplay style. And once you don't have that ability to start swiveling away from your target after you take that first shot, you have to kind of wait and see if they're going to die. That just eats up all your time and makes it very hard to survive in CQB combat. Now again, the whole collection of shotguns got a massive upgrade, and I do plan on going back and checking out some of the top performing shotguns and figuring out just how much they've changed and just how much more effective shotguns are. But I will say running with like a SPAS 12 or an 870 is so much more fun now since the latest patch. They're just way more consistent overall, and it feels like I'm using shotguns almost like Battlefield 3 days. You'll see here that I'm playing on rush game modes, and I had much more success playing rush on the attacking side than I did the defending side, because when you're defending, you don't really have the option to go out and try and be aggressive. You just kind of have to sit back and wait for somebody to actually get into close quarters, which doesn't always happen. So sometimes you just feel like you're not really doing much, and you have to like try and make these crazy mad dashes out into the combat to try and get within range. And finally, get the 500 kill service star on this gun and the dog tag for the QBS-09 mastering the shotgun. Probably the fastest way to do this is on team deathmatch, but you can certainly make it work on some rush game modes and even conquest if you find the right map for it. Just make sure it's close quarters. That pretty much wraps it up for this mastery video. Don't forget to let me know in the comments which weapon you'd like me to master next. There will be a list of them. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.